I'm a big proponent of meditation and mindfulness and just trying to, I mean, it's not, that's all, those are toxic words right now. Meditation and mindfulness.
Are they?
Yeah, they've been thrown around by too many knuckleheads. Like there's something about it that it's like, oh, that's kind of a bullshitty word. You're kind of, you know what I mean? You're like, oh, I'm just all about mindfulness. Like, you're annoying. That's what you are.
Dude,
you're the annoying guy.
I saw a book just yesterday in one of these like boutique stores. Someone had made a sarcastic kids book called The Grown-Up's Guide to Mindfulness. And whoever wrote that fucking book hates the word mindful. Definitely has an obnoxious friend who's into mindfulness, because the book is just like a. First of all, the guy doesn't seem to really understand what it is in the book. Like it's he seems a little confused about the nature of it. But and I remember looking at that and being like, oh, I guess people are getting annoyed with the word mindfulness now. Like the pendulum's swinging that way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those words that people love to say. It sounds good, and it makes you seem like a spiritual person. So it gets when a word gets moved around and used too much, like something happens to it where it gets icky. Yeah. Because it's like it becomes popular, and then people start using it, and then you see like a bunch of phony guru type dudes at seminars using it. What's important here is mindfulness. It's very important. You know, there's like typically unique behaviors. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like there's especially when it comes to like people that are full of shit, there's like a typical uniqueness. Like there's just a thing that a lot of people adopt, and it sounds like everyone else. Yeah. And it's just a way that people do it. And I hope you understand. Like, what are you doing?
Sure.
Like, why are you doing that? You're adopting this weird, funky thing. And, you know, I think it's really important that we practice mindfulness. It falls into that. It falls into that. Even though it's an excellent practice. Well, it's very important.
But people, you know, it's called in... I took on, for lack of a better word, I'm working with an actual teacher of the Kagyu lineage of Buddhism, which is like Chogyam Trungpa's lineage of Buddhism, and he's amazing. And he's teaching me mindfulness meditation practice. This guy David Nichtern. But
how does he deal with masturbation?
What's cool about him is if you asked him, he would tell you. I'm sure there's no like, that he wouldn't be like, well, how dare you ask me that question?
Right.
But I think that probably I can't answer for him. I think it would fall in line with what you're saying with balance, which is that it's really like sort of the concept with it is the thing that's happening right now, whatever it may be. You can just apply mindfulness to it. You could apply like being in the moment and being with the thing that's happening right now. And so the thing he's teaching me, I love it so much, dude, because it isn't woo-woo-y or like out there or crazy. It's literally this very simple way that you meditate, the way that you sit, which is you sit on a cushion. You put your hands on your knees and you sit back. And the word they use in this Kagyu lineage for it is the warrior pose. And what that means is that it's a kind of confidence. It's the way like people who are like confident sit. So you sit like that when you're meditating. Your legs are crossed. You can sit in a chair if you want. And you look straight ahead about 8 feet, 9 feet. And you watch your breath. And when you go into your thoughts, which happens, of course, you thinking, and then you go back to your breath. That's it.
You say thinking?
You don't say it, you think it.
Thinking.
Just so, because what's all these, so like what you start realizing when you start this practice, and full disclosure here, man, you know me, Joe. I have problems with discipline, and I have problems with like sticking to stuff over and over again. And working with this guy has been incredible because it's actually getting me to do it, right? But still, I have like, I did it today, didn't do it yesterday. I don't want to get out there with some nonsense that I'm like spending all day long meditating. That's all. But what you start seeing is when you're doing it, is you realize like, oh, there's a cycle happening in my consciousness, in my mind. There's a cycle that's happening in my life, which is that I kind of blink into the moment, following the breath, and I blink out of the moment into the thought realm, right?
Yeah.
We're like little fireflies. We flicker into the moment. We're here. Now we're here. We're not lost in our thoughts. We're not thinking about the next thing we're going to say. We're not thinking about the next thing we're going to do. We're just here in this moment. And then bloop, we're off. You know, off and running, like thinking about the bills, thinking about the girl, thinking about the thing, thinking about that. And then that leads to another thought and another thought. Next thing you know, you've been thinking for 3 years straight. You know what I mean? Or 3 minutes or 5 hours or whatever. And then you come back. And that's the cycle. This is a cycle that happens. So mindfulness is starting to pay attention and to that cycle. And the breathing thing is kind of like a respiratory mnemonic device, which is that suddenly what's been happening to me now is I'll just be like walking down the street and then notice my breath. Oh, shit, I'm back. Oh, I'm here. I was totally up in my head. Oh, I'm back. That was thinking, you know? That's all. It's very, very, very simple. But he's just teaching me the basic shit right now. It does, I think, get pretty interesting.
On my own, thinking about my own life and observing other people's lives, I've come up with this thing that I bring up all the time, the momentum of your past. Like you're like so many people, as they're going down the street, so many people, as they're interacting with people, they're carrying the momentum of all the fucked up things that are going on. Bills that they have to pay, and things that they forgot to do, and a career they never chased, and a girl they never called back, and a thing that they lied about, and a thing they stole, and the reason why they got fired from work, and maybe if I call my boss, I'll get my... And all this craziness you're bringing with you into everything.
Yeah.
And that is so hard to escape. It's so hard for people to escape the momentum of the past. You know, people sort of, they get into this thing of defining themselves by failures, by past failures, and never just learning from them. Go, oh, I'm that fucking loser.
Right.
You know, it's a real problem.
Yeah.
It's a real problem with people to be able to learn from something and to just look at yourself. And it's painful to look at yourself, so everybody wants to pretend that they didn't do anything wrong, and that everybody else is an asshole. And that, and so when you're doing what you're doing by doing that is you're stunting your own growth. You feel like you're protecting yourself because you're protecting your ego. You're like, you know, I didn't do anything wrong. Fuck him. He's the asshole. But you know you could have avoided that. You know you could have done better. Like everybody has moments like that in their life. And the more you avoid those and don't take credit for the ones that you actually fucked up, the more you actually hurt yourself in this ironic thing, because it seems like you're protecting yourself. No, I'm exonerating myself from guilt. I said, fuck it, it wasn't me. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
But you know you did. So in your head, you're the guy who lies about making mistakes instead of you're the guy who mans up to your mistakes, realizes it was a mistake, and then vows to do better.
Yeah, man. That's beautiful.
It's beautiful. You just have to be able to say you're wrong. You have to be able to say I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You have to be able to... And you got to be able to look at yourself like all the time, not even just when you fuck up, because you can avoid some of those fuck ups. Just look at yourself critically along the way. But we all have to understand that we are all an evolving process. Like I had this conversation with Dennis McKenna. It's a crazy conversation because it's a ridiculous thing to say. But he was talking about Donald Trump, and I was saying, isn't it possible that he could grow and learn? Like, why do we give up on people?
Yeah.
Why does a guy get to a certain age and we say, oh, he's 60, he's set in his ways, he's 70, he'll never change, he'll never evolve. You don't ever say that about a 20-year-old. You see some asshole who's a 20-year-old, you say he just needs discipline, he just needs love. He finds the right people in his life, right person to love, he'll be okay. He's going to mature, and eventually he's going to be a solid man. But you get to a certain age, we just give up on you. We're just like, you're still alive, but you've passed the cycle that I usually enjoy people to be ready to like sort of interact as valuable, creative, loving members of society. You pass that by. You're still thinking about yourself only deep into your 60s. This is stupid shit. This is shit you're supposed to do when you're 17. By the time you're 70, you're supposed to be going, oh my God, I don't have much time left. Oh my God, like what have I done while I'm here? What is it important? What do I feel the best about? I feel the best about love and companionship and friendship and real warmth and interaction between people that you care about. This money thing, man, this is not, you can't keep chasing this. Can't keep chasing power, can't keep chasing money. It's you're gonna reach a point where it's not gonna matter because you're gonna die. So you really wanna be that guy from the bumper sticker, he who dies with the most toys wins? Because this is literally what you're working towards. You're working towards a joke.